Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to share another multiplication strategy that is the doubling and halving strategy. And we've talked about this earlier in the year in some number corners and other bridges lessons that we've had at the other year. So this is just revisiting the doubling and halving strategy. Today, the main idea is that you can apply some of these various strategies taught this year to solve multi-digit multiplication. And again, this is another strategy, just like when we did the addition and subtraction unit, giving you a strategy to get to more friendlier numbers when you are multiplying. So let's look at our first problem, which is 642 times 5. And when you look at that, you probably think, wow, 642, that's kind of a big number when you think about multiplying. But what the doubling and halving strategy does is it gets it to more friendlier numbers. So the other thing is, if you're going to half a number, it has to be an even number, which the even numbers are 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Because if you try to half an odd number, you're going to end up with a decimal or a fraction. And we don't know how to multiply fractions or decimals yet. Okay, so if I look at this, which one is my even number? Well, that's 642. Okay, so that's the one I have to half. So let's see, half of 600 would be 300. Half of 40 is 20, and half of 2 would be 1. So half of 642 would be 321. Now, if I halved this number, I have to double my other number. So what's 5 doubled? Well, 5 doubled is 10. So now I'm left with the equation using the doubling and halving, which is 321 times 10. And if we go back to what we learned earlier this year, what happens anytime you multiply a number times 10? It just increases a place value. And how do you increase a number of place value? Is by putting a 0 in the ones place and shifting all the other ones down one place value. So we end up with 3, 2, 1, and put a 0 in the ones place, and we have the answer of 3,210. So just simply by using the doubling and halving strategy, it got us to an easier or more friendlier number to do the multiplying with, okay? So let's look at one other problem. And this one's a word problem, and it says, the slugs family also wants to plant tiny carrots. They marked off an area that was 26 by 32 centimeters for the carrot garden. Tiny carrots also need 1 square centimeter of growing space. How many tiny carrots can they plant in their tiny carrot garden? So again, word problem. You need to comprehend and understand what the problem's asking. And in this one, the big question, how many tiny carrots can they plant in their carrot garden? Well, if we know the carrot garden is 26 by 32, and we see it needs 1 square centimeter. So really, in an essential way, this problem's asking us to figure out what is the area of their carrot garden. So we need to figure out area is length times width. So what is 26 times 32? Okay, we're trying to find the area of the garden and solving for the variable of the unknown. And in this case, both numbers are even numbers. So I could start by, let's try 26 times 32, and using the doubling and halving, I'm going to start by, let's half 16. Okay, so 26. If I half 26, let's see, half of 26, that's 13. Then if I half that one, I have to double 32, which would be 64. And then I half this one. So, 13 is an odd number. So that's as far as I could go. Then I have to figure out what is 13 times 64. That's not a basic math fact. So then we have to go back and use one of our other strategies too. And in this, I would probably use the area model and set up a 10 plus 3. 13 in expanded form is 10 plus 3. And then 64 in expanded form would be 60 plus 4. And then if I think 60 times 10, well, 6 times 1 is 6. 2 zeros, that'd be 600. Okay, 6 times 3 is 18 with a 0, so that'd be 180. 4 times 10 is 40. And then 4 times 3 is 12. So now I have to add all those together. Well, 600 plus 180 is 780. 40 and 12 is 52. Then if I add that together, 2, that'd be 13. 8 plus 5 is 13. So that'd be 832. Now, let's just look and try doing it the other way. What if I halved 32 and doubled 26? So if I start 26 and 32, let's see, if I double 26, I would get 52. And if I halved 32, let's see, half, that'd be what, 16? Because half of 30 is 15, and 2, so that'd be 15 plus 1 is 16. Ooh, but that's still an even number, so I could half it again. So half of 16 would be 8. And 52 doubled, well, 50 doubled is 100. 2 doubled, that would be 104. And still an even number, so we could half that again. Half of 8 is 4, and 104 doubled is 208. And we could keep going one more time. 4, half of 4 is 2. 208 doubled would be 416. And now, I mean, once we get it down to 2, it's really about as low as, I mean, you could go again, but really all you're doing is you're still doubling. So, I mean, you could go one more time and do half of 2 is 1. And really, you're doubling this anyways and doing 416 times 2. And 406, let's see, 400 doubled is 800. 16 doubled is 32. So that would be 832. So you wind up with 832 times 1. And it gets you to the answer just by using the doubling and halving strategy. I mean, you could have stopped back here or anywhere else, but if you keep going all the way down, you could, or you could stop till it just gets you to a more friendlier number, a single digit by a multi-digit number, or however else. But this just got us all the way down to the answer just by using the doubling and halving strategy. So again, this is just another strategy to use to make it to more friendly numbers that then you could also go back and use the area model too. And sometimes it might depend which number you double and which one you have to help you get to easier and more friendly numbers. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day.